You've got old-fashioned space, it just keeps you in the old-fashioned ways. The buildings drive innovation.
Australia's largest tertiary institute, RMIT, now has a brand new home for its business college. The Swanston Academic Building is the most exciting addition to RMIT's campus and is situated right here on one of Melbourne's busiest CBD streets. Bold? Yes. Bright? Yes. A challenge to construct? Absolutely. Once again, using their knowledge and expertise to achieve the best outcomes, Brookfield Multiplex has delivered another successful project, bringing this extraordinarily audacious design to life. And the result speaks for itself.
I am ecstatic. It is absolutely a fabulous building, and I think that there are all sorts of ways that this has been played back to me by students and staff. One day I was standing in the front of the building and this staff member rushed up and said to me, "This isn't a building, it's a community."
Located in Melbourne's CBD, this $200 million project was handed over to RMIT under budget and well ahead of schedule. While this is difficult in its own right, it's been achieved here with an extremely complicated building on a tight urban site.
The ingredients that made this successful was the site team, the Brookfield Multiplex site team. Great group of people, full of collaboration and enthusiasm. Fantastic support we got from RMIT, and the collaboration we received with the architects, all underlined with a fantastic group of subcontractors that we employed to do the work. Just all melded together to give us this wonderful outcome.
Designed by Lyons Architects and built by Brookfield Multiplex, this impressive 11-storey building spans over 35,000 square metres and comfortably caters for over 800 staff and around 8,000 students. The building's interior is designed to bring the streetscape inside with the bluestone floors, the tactile wall surfaces and those mini laneways so synonymous with Melbourne. The layout includes a cinema, 87 teaching spaces and 12 lecture theatres that have the capacity for up to 360 students each. It also features 10 light-filled and naturally ventilated student portals, each with its own bespoke style. Designed as informal spaces for students to congregate, these hubs maximise engagement and collaboration. This world-class facility offers RMIT students and academics a unique learning and teaching environment with outstanding amenities and facilities.
The thing that's really interesting about the project is it was like a really clear vision from the very first day we started, and that was to put students at the centre of the building, not the geographic centre but in terms of the design thinking about the project.
It speaks to what we really care about, and that is that the student experience, learning and teaching is paramount, and this building, that's what this building is about.
Integral to a high-performance building such as this are sustainable outcomes, and the Swanston Academic Building has been accredited with a 5-star Green Star design rating, which represents Australian excellence in environmentally sustainable design. Not only does this allow RMIT to lead by example for their students, but also future-proofs the building against rising operating costs. While there's no denying the building looks fantastic and works exceptionally well, the journey to get to this point was extremely challenging. Engaged on a design and construct contract, the final design was the result of extensive consultation and collaboration with a variety of stakeholders. Having worked with the project managers and architects on previous projects, and by having an open relationship with all stakeholders including RMIT, Brookfield Multiplex were able to make suggestions and decisions early in the design phase. These not only sped up the building process, but also saved the client a lot of money, both in construction and the life cycle of the building.
When we were doing the mechanical design, in discussions with the end users, we actually worked out that at RMIT, when students and teachers book spaces, they only actually show up approximately 70% of the time. By identifying that through a few strokes of the keyboard, we got our computer programmers to add some extra functionality into the BMS, which basically meant that if you book a space, you walk in there, and no one's in there within 10 minutes, the system shuts down. So that's going to save tons and tons and tons of greenhouse gases and operational costs for RMIT over the next 20-30 years.
These recommendations also included changes to the engineering to allow for a faster build, and the choice of preformed concrete saved 60 days alone. Some aspects, however, required extreme attention to detail and couldn't be rushed. The intricate facade is one example. The modelling alone took over 15 months to complete and required over 10,000 shop drawings, as each triangular panel had to be individually made and cut in a different shape and size. Likewise, the elaborate ceilings in the student portals and classrooms were so out of the ordinary, there were up to 160 plasterers on the project at any one time to complete the works. With all this in mind, the fact that Brookfield Multiplex was able to deliver this high-performance project so far ahead of schedule and under budget was no small feat.
The biggest challenge for us, apart from the individual elements, was the fact the building is so complex. There is not one square metre that's similar. You've got every product known to man in the building. To actually mesh that all together was just an awesome undertaking, and the site team made it look very simple.
The building's really unique in that sort of 2/3 of the building is a post-tension concrete structure, sort of traditional, and the other end is a composite steel structure. And that was done to sort of get the 20-metre spans required for the lecture theatres. Two totally different construction methods, all brought together at the same time.
I would say everyone held their breath as to whether or not it could be built easily, and the reality is Brookfield Multiplex have made it look easy. I mean, it's been an extraordinary effort to build a building of such complexity and to finish it 6 months ahead of schedule.
I found that Brookfield Multiplex worked extremely well with us as the client, and so I think it was a really good mix of people all striving to achieve very high professional outcomes, recognising that this would be a landmark for the future.
Through early collaboration with all parties and innovative construction techniques, Brookfield Multiplex have delivered this high-performance educational facility inside budget, well ahead of schedule, and to the highest standard. The Swanston Academic Building here at RMIT is a brilliant example of Brookfield Multiplex's ability to bring even the most challenging design to life. There is no doubt that this is a building for the people to flourish, both today and well into the future.